Welcome, everyone. It's a new year. It's 2022. We have to get to say 2022 now. First episode of the year. We are happy for everyone to join us on this. We have just the team here today, minus Ogakwame, who's gone into hiding because United, got a very hot L today to start the new year. So I think that's why he went to hiding. No, that's not why. He's under the water. So we'll start. Ladies first. EJ. Happy New Year. Everything all good with you?
Everything's good. Everything's good. We're good. We're ready to go.
Arsenal is jumping.
I know now, exactly. Ateta has given them voice.
I've still been talking the entire time.
Good performance, FP. Now that's what I call them now. They're just getting so excited for dominating seats for 45 minutes with 0 points. But we moved though. We moved. Why did I have 0 points today? So I don't have anything more to say.
That's why I said I just won't say that. I'll let you say it. I'll let you say it.
Ola, how's it going? From try to challenge you to we're here. You have the big boy.
Yeah.
It's in bargain, but now you're with us now. We're throwing chips. We're in top 4 challenge now. You're closer to us.
We're not in top 4 challenge. We're in top two challenge. We're challenging for second spot. We're challenging for solid second. So we are not following you guys to drag 4th place. We're at different level now.
We're closer to the 4th people that the top one. Just say that's what I'm saying.
We're dragging 2nd place with Chelsea. We're not competing for 4th spot. So yeah, and we got a point. We were another like people that took L's over the last couple of days. We took a point. So yeah, I'm happy. Happy New Year to us. Happy New Year to us. I'm happy.
Okay. First comment that's coming hot says just in Egypt. Angry. Wow, this is violence. In the New Year.
This is too early for this kind of violence.
Please let us know your name. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Next DJ. Wow, okay. This is violent early.
That's so early.
Zaza, Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Sure, everything's all good on your end?
Everything is all good. Don't ask me any more questions. We just move on, please.
Oh,
this is very, very unnecessary. I don't know why we have to do all of
this. I would definitely, take that and let's just dive right in. Of course,
please.
Dive right into This episode is FootieFantasy Awards episode. Calendar year has ended. Lots and lots of things happened. 2020 was a memorable year for sure. We just dive right in to say, what was each person's most memorable moment of 2021? And if you're in the comments, if you're watching us, join us in the comments. Leave us with your most memorable moment of 2021. I'll go straight to the Zaza, the professor, because I know he's always ready with his answers. What's your most memorable?
That was the easiest one. If I'm going to remember 2021, it's going to be for Social. Social defined my 2021. So he's firing. Most memorable moment. You can't beat that. He was like a dead man walking. I mean, I kept tweeting that about a month or two before he walked. I was like, this guy is like, this was like a procession, this guy's just slowly dying, and then finally they killed him. It wasn't a surprise that happened, but the way it happened was still a shock. And then the memorable exit interview, I mean, that defined who the guy was. Kind of, how do I put it? He was that guy that you didn't want him to do bad because he was just too likable. But you knew in your guts that if he came to a bar, you don't want this guy with you because he's not gonna. He won't be the guy you want. Yeah. But he's there, and you're just he's nice, But I'm glad he's gone because, it's a relief.
Okay.
To be honest, it's a relief.
That was your most memorable moment. Okay. I'll go direct to EJ.
Okay, so mine is it's probably going to be a little bit less happy than Bucci's moment. I went with Eriksen's collapse at the Euros 2021, and that's just or 2020 Euros, and that's just because it's not that it was life changing. It's happened before, but it was a very huge moment in the sports world. It transcended the sport, and like a lot of people were talking about it, and it was just, I don't know, it was a big deal. And I guess for someone like me in the medical profession, I'm a pharmacist, it kind of stood out to me like, damn, like these people are, they put their bodies on the line, and they don't know if they're, I mean, I'm sure they're healthy and they get checks and everything, but you just don't know what's going on unless something happens like that. That was so dramatic. And I think it was, apart from the fact that they didn't know if they were coming back to play the game, and that part wasn't handled well. But I think just the moment on the pitch, the fact that everything happened fast as far as reviving him, get him back up, get him to the hospital, resuscitation and all that stuff, that went really well. And I know that's just been things happening in the past to other players and making sure they had those kind of equipments on the field. So it was just, that was a big moment, I think, in 2021 football.
That's true. That's a very good one. Someone in the comments. What about you in the comments? If you're on Facebook, put your name, because Facebook doesn't show your username. Losing to this is obviously a United fan. Losing to Villarreal, I wouldn't believe it in ages. That fact lost them. Needed only one goal. Couldn't score one goal in 180 minutes. I didn't watch that game, and I was glad I didn't. I had a big work conference. I was absolutely glad I didn't watch that game. Ola, what was your most memorable moment of 2021?
Most memorable moments. I had a few contenders. I'll stick with the Man United team. I probably would have had this as my most memorable moment when the scoreboard turned to 5-0 at Old Trafford. That should have been my most memorable moment, because I know in my lifetime I probably won't see that again. So, and I know it's never happened. And I know even United, they know Liverpool have been terrible for years, but they never smashed us 5-0 at Anfield. So that should have been my most memorable moment. And probably when England realized it wasn't coming home, I enjoyed that too. That was a very memorable moment. They realized it wasn't coming home after singing for months that it was coming home. But my most memorable moment is Alisson scoring a header to win us the game at West Brom, because we needed that win to get back into the Champions League. And goalkeeper scoring doesn't happen often. That's the first goalkeeper that actually scored for Liverpool forever. So that's my most memorable moment. I still remember myself jumping and screaming in my living room, and the kind of screaming that you scream and you start getting worried that your neighbors will come and knock on the door, like what's happening here, So yeah, that's my most memorable moment. Goalkeeper scoring the last minute winner, helping us to get back into the Champions League.
Yeah, that was a very good one. I remember watching that game. My mouth was open. That's probably not happened in the EPL for like 10 years. I don't remember.
Yeah, for a long time. And not like that. Usually it's like maybe a goalkeeper will kick a goal kick and the ball will just bounce and enter. I think Schmeichel scored one for you guys once, but it was like for equalizer. It wasn't like a winning goal. Right. Yeah, so this one was a winning goal. So yeah, much better than Schmeichel's. Sorry.
Last one I remember was Jaskalainen. What you said, the goal kick thing. I think Jaskalainen. That happened to Jaskalainen.
Yeah.
So the comments. Oh, okay. Prince Ewa. Arsenal comments. Okay.
I was gonna say I knew it was Arsenal fan. That was an Arsenal fan, because we're the ones who didn't score a goal. You guys got I think you guys got to penalties. And we
they scored.
We needed one goal.
Oh, 180 minutes. I wasn't thinking it was straight.
Yeah.
Okay. Prince Ewa, thanks for the comments. Yeah, I was thinking it was 120 minutes. I wasn't thinking straight.
Gotcha.
So it was you guys. Okay. So my most memorable moment simply is the Super League. The whole Super League debacle. That for me was,
I forgot.
That came out of nowhere. That was like that's like
that feels like last year.
I know, it feels like 20.
It is last year. It's last year.
When that happened, that was like, when you know how you grew up like in Nigeria, all these African countries, and hear about a coup d'etat. That's how that felt like when that happened in the morning. I was like, what? when it was, it started breaking from the Athletic, all the tier 1 journalists started breaking all this news about the Super League happening. I was like, what? And they started breaking one by one, and all the club presidents started giving different speeches, thinking like they had done something fantastic. So I say that Super League was the most memorable, and everything unraveled in like 1 week, and people started taking their words back. The fans, the breaking disruption, United game against Liverpool, and now all of these events, the Chelsea one turned everything around and they reversed the decision. For me, that's my most memorable. I never thought we'd see that in football. The way those events happened, because it was so calculated, right? That's literally what led to the end of Edward Wood at Manchester United. That shenanigans led to the end of Edward Wood, led to Juventus.
Why isn't he still there?
Yeah, but he's supposed to leave by the end of the year.
He's crawling out. He's hanging onto the furniture.
I never understood. I was like, this guy's been stuck. He quit for like 6 months and he's still there. I didn't get it.
It's not the end of the year. The year has ended and we have not heard anything yet. So that's what I say.
They're pretending he's not there, but he's leaving.
Yeah. So for me, that was definitely my most memorable moment. Someone said Super League will still happen. Still a matter of time. Unfortunately, yeah, I don't disagree with that. I absolutely don't. It definitely will happen in a different form. Let's jump to our next manager of the year 2021. This time, let me go to EJ. EJ, who's your manager of the year?
Pep. I'm going with Pep. That guy's just doing unbelievable. Maybe I have recency bias because of the way the season is going. Mm-hmm. But that's also part of the year 2021. So he gets my vote for best coach manager for the whole year. He's just like, his team is just like, we called, what happened after during the offseason? What did we say? We said that they need a striker, otherwise they're going to struggle, blah, 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 blah. And are they struggling? I can't tell. So no, he doesn't need a striker. He doesn't need anyone. He's just the best manager we have, man.
I'll just jump on that since we have the same, and maybe everybody does, I don't know. We have the same, every time I talk about City, it's well known how much I've liked him for years. Everybody has known me, but has known me that long. All of you here have known me that long, and I've always praised him. I've been called the Man City fan in hiding. I've been called all sorts of names when I talk about Man City, because goes back to even his first season. I remember oddly defending Pep that year. I remember the conversations on our Facebook group. Oh, he can't do this in the EPL. Oh, he's going to have to adapt. I remember all those conversations. I was warning people then, like, this guy knows what he's doing. I'm already seeing what he's already trying to form. He's going to buy some players and everybody's going to keep quiet. It's like, this guy is a genius. This man has changed football in so many ways and still did this past season, which I'll talk about, later, maybe some other episode. With the things he did. So he's my manager of the year. Of course, they won the league and they are still top of the league now by a counter ending the year. Like the adjustments he made, yes, he has quality players, right? Everybody was saying, I was saying striker. Most people were talking about strikers, buying this thing. This guy was buying midfielders when everybody was buying strikers. He was just laughing at people and look at these people. He was just buying midfielders when everybody was front loading their forwards. United was front loading. Chelsea were front loading forwards. They were just buying midfield and just looking at everybody like, I think I don't know what I'm doing. This guy has figured a way out to make his team defensively the best team in the league and probably the best in Europe by just keeping the ball. You get the ball from them. And even when you get the ball, you cannot break on them. There's no way to counterattack because they're very compact. Pep is a genius. There's no more words for him. People can say all the nonsense that say, oh, he gets all this money. We'll be here. I'll remind people again when Pep leaves. And the next manager comes, I'll be asking them the same question. Why is he not dominating? I'm waiting for that time. That's when I ask people the same question. It's very, very simple. When somebody's dominating like this, just give him his flowers, right? Give him his flowers. Nobody was asking this thing about Sir Alex Ferguson back then. Everybody was just give the man his flowers. Yes, he's a foreigner. Give him his flowers. The man is a genius. As simple as that. He has resources. We've seen managers that have resources.
Yeah.
Time and again. We've seen that. Pochettino is struggling in PSG. We've seen this so many times when the guy is a dominant manager and he finds solutions consistently. So it's just that simple in my opinion. Ola, manager of the year.
Yeah. Ironic that Pep Guardiola finds solutions consistently and got to a Champions League final and then didn't find a solution to beat my manager of the year, Thomas Tuchel. Very ironic.
Okay.
All the praises were singing of Pep Guardiola. Fantastic manager, yeah, genius manager. Got to a Champions League final, couldn't find a solution to beat Thomas Tuchel, who beat him 3 times in 2021, knocked him out of the FA Cup, got to a Champions League final, won it, won the Super Cup. Also came into Chelsea in January when Chelsea were struggling to even make top 4, got them into the top 4 comfortably. And now he's still doing well. He still has them, well, at least they're in second place officially. Like David would say, uncomfortably second. Uncomfortably second.
No, he said make them so comfortably made top 4. They didn't comfortably. They made on the last day on the technicality. Remember, they lost.
Not technicality. They were third going into the last day of the season. They were third. Yes, they were. Liverpool overtook them on the last day of the season because they lost.
If that Leicester City had won their game, correct, they are not in top 4.
So if my auntie had balls, she'll be my uncle. So what's all this?
Think about it. It's not comfortable. It's not comfortable.
They still made top 4. They still made They didn't come. Okay, but they were third going into the final week of the season, and from where it took them from 8th, that is still was it 7th or 8th when he took over? That's still commendable. And let us bear in mind at that time they started focusing on the Champions League. Yeah. So I still think that is commendable that they got into the top.
I did consider Tuchel as the manager of the year, but I was like, nah, he's gonna get sacked by the end of the season.
obviously, no, I'm not even arguing with that one. By next year, it's gone. Even before the end of this year, it's probably gone. So I'm not arguing with that. I'm just saying manager of the year. That doesn't mean, of course, it's going to get sacked. It's Chelsea. Chelsea are going to sack managers.
He did magic. He did magic. But also, I think it was magic. That's what
they're uncomfortably second, so yeah, they're not doing too badly. But I know they will sack him maybe going into next season, especially with this Lukaku nonsense happening. Somebody's going to lose their job.
That's a very good shout. I'm not going to argue that. It's a good shout. It's a good shout. Before we go to Pucci, I know you hold your thought. Let me take the comment quickly.
Okay.
Manager of the year with David Moyes. Pep is just an easy pick, but with David, considering his own adversity and mess West Ham were in, and now they're battling top 4. Moyes gets it for me. Prince, now let me do. I want to introduce myself. Yeah, you know, guys are in the Facebook group. You guys are dropping the ball, eh? Guys, only Prince making comments. Come on now. But thanks for the comment. David Moyes is okay shout. I guess it is an okay shout. So that made that earlier comment. Then I guess.
That's fine.
Uche, my man, says Lukaku going to leave Chelsea. What do you guys think? There's no Chelsea fan. I'd have thrown to Chelsea fan. Bucci, do you want to take that one?
Okay, I'll do it too. I'll do it quickly. Okay, manager of the year. You see, we're not here to talk about the greatest manager of all time. We're not talking about the body of work a manager has done. We're not talking about, what happened when you came to the club 10 years ago, 5 years ago, compared to Alex Ferguson. No. We don't need to do that to try and praise what Pep did last year. That's unnecessary. But we can't take it away from Tuchel. Pep did great work, but he stood at the cusp of glory and did not grab it. And what could have been the best and greatest year of his life ended up being, he had the chance to win 4 trophies last year. 4. And won 2. If you really want to be honest, at the crunch time, because the 2 trophies he won, one was early. The league trophy was won superbly, but it was comfortable. It was so comfortable at a point that there was no pressure going into the last, into May, and they didn't do it. And that is something you can't take away from Tuchel. Tuchel did it at that time. He came and did it then, and that's the trophy time of the year. And there are no trophies given in December. But Pep deserves a lot of accolades for what he's done in the year 2021. But he didn't crown it. And that was through his own making because fate gave him the chance. He was right there and he didn't take it. What's it called? David Moyes deserves a shout too because that's true. His team was the second best team last year. The second best team in the Premier League per points at a point. I don't know what happened because that might have dropped off November, December, but by October, he was the second best team in the calendar year. So he deserves a lot of accolades. Regarding Lukaku, it's very weird because, to be honest, what Lukaku said wasn't really that bad, but it's one of those things where you don't say things you can't control, especially when you're in like there's a lot of controversy going on around Chelsea. There's a lot of noise, if you get what I mean. Lukaku is only coming into form now, so why is he now talking? Of course, they say he gave the interview
3 weeks ago,
4 weeks ago, yeah, which actually makes it even worse because that was when he was really unhappy.
Yeah.
Because if he was not, he could have said, they're misreading the interview, but it was, that time when he was on the bench or when he was injured. So that's not what Lukaku needed right now. And the manager didn't also need that. But to be honest, I didn't see why the guy benched him. Because unless the guy said something personally that was an affront to Tuchel, there was no need. There was no insult there. Basically, he said, this guy has a system. I don't fit into it, but I'm not giving up. I can't give up now. That's what he said. Oh, I love Inter. That's all. So I don't really see how bad it is. The only thing about it is basically people are just running with it. To be honest, like I said, it's mistimed, but it's not really as bad as, in my honest opinion, it's not as bad as people make it to be.
Zaza, I love Lukaku. You guys will know that I'm one of Lukaku's biggest fans. Like, even I've been trying to defend him this season, but man, I can't defend that interview. It's not the fact that, okay, there's nothing wrong with saying it. It's how it plays out in the media, how they will spin it. Yeah. They will say it was an unauthorized interview. Now, Lukaku is not a teenager. He knows how this thing works. He knows how the industry works. Okay. You are smart enough to give some quotes that that, okay, this quote, they're going to play it this way. And he just let himself down. He let me as a Lukaku fan, I felt let down because I thought he was smart. He's smarter than that, but I just don't. He doesn't need to come up with all those Inter stuff. All those no fan of no Chelsea fan would want to. If Lukaku was playing for Liverpool and was saying that, I'll be angry too. I'll be like, what's this guy trying to say, that we're not good enough for him? Like, I know that's probably not the way he meant it, but that's how it plays out. And as an experienced professional, he's 28 years old now, going to be 29. Yeah. You can't be giving quotes like that and not expecting the backlash. You can't. And regarding saying Tuchel shouldn't have benched him, Tuchel had to do something. You can't let that slide. And he said he took the decision in conjunction with senior players in the Chelsea squad. So it's not just Tuchel that just took that decision. The senior players backed him up because you have to show some action. You can't just let somebody just run their mouth in the media like at your club and not do something. Now, well, the reports that he's training and is probably going to play against Spurs in the League Cup. So yeah, so for that one match, he has to sit. He can't play. If I was the manager, I would do the same. But for me, as a big Lukaku fan, man, he didn't need to bring that on himself. You just know the media are going to spin it that way. Yeah, you have been in the game long enough to know. Yeah, come on, you're not a teenager.
I would argue that there's nothing to argue with that. Like I said, it wasn't needed. I'm just saying, to be fair, the comments really could be misread. Because it's the same thing like when players say, like, like imagine imagine Ronaldo, for example, saying, "Oh, I'm going to play with Lisbon someday." People could always misread it, but he's not saying I'm going to play with Lisbon now. But you're right, it was mistimed. It wasn't necessary. And he can't say he's happy at the club. You just literally kind of hinted that you're not. And why are you telling people that? So
it was the most bizarre interview I've ever seen. Yeah. Honestly, when I saw it, I was like, I was following it on Twitter. Every single tweet was worse than the last one. As a player, you're playing for one club actively. You're not retired. I don't care if you like your former club. Like, what are you talking about? I love Inter. I want to go back. If they had kept me out of state,
it's like,
what are you doing?
It's like being in a current relationship and talking about
yes, it. Exactly. Ridiculous.
Think about it. You're trying to your current relationship.
You literally said to the world that if Inter had dropped money, you're not leaving. oh, don't come join me. I'm coming back. Like, who's asking? You're not going back. So you sound crazy. And then two, the second thing he said about Tuchel, that Tuchel was like, basically what he said about Tuchel was that he and I don't agree with the style of play. I'm like, since when? I didn't know there was a problem with the style of play. I mean, maybe you guys know. I don't know. I don't follow Chelsea. But like, I didn't realize that there was that much of a problem, a disagreement, until he said it. And maybe most people didn't know. And now he's saying it to, who did he have this interview with in Italy?
Sky Sports Italia. Yeah, Sky Sports Italia.
Okay, yeah, so he's telling those people, and Tuchel's probably at home just minding his business. Next thing he's like, I have a problem. You have a problem with me since
that's when? Exactly what Tuchel said. EJ, that's what Tuchel said. Tuchel said, why is he saying it to them? Why didn't you say it to me? You never said it to me. Next thing you just went to say it to them. Yeah. Why?
It's almost like very, very passive aggressive, like telling them, hey, it's like me if I was Pepe, my team. And I said, well, me and Arteta, we don't agree on how we're using me. I usually like to play through the left. He's playing me through the right. And Arteta, I've never heard this before. Or even though you feel that way, who the hell cares? I'm the coach. We're playing my style. So what are you doing? It's no. Yeah. He should be sent, sold, and destabilized Chelsea.
Dada says no. Dada says no.
Let me ask something quickly.
Before you do that, but let me see comments are disappearing. I probably should have made that a section on its own. We should have talked about this. I didn't think of Lukaku's. That was hot. Dada says he won't leave. Come next month, everyone forget about it. That's true.
Very true.
I think I've missed a couple of comments. Damn, comments are coming very fast. I missed some comments. Priscilla saying I hear supposed to be okay. Now he's commenting in YouTube. Yep, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
I disagree with you on that. Boy was saying
how do you say that? Like, yeah, okay.
He's lucky to get one match.
Just ask Aubameyang. What Aubameyang did was different.
And you see, that's another point. Oba, what he did was completely different. But have you heard from Oba?
Yeah.
I've not heard from him. Usually you don't talk. Yeah. Like, keep quiet.
Yeah. What? Okay, this one is good. The one thing I can take from the interview is that he was forced out to balance their books.
Everybody knows that.
It was obvious there. He didn't want to leave.
Yes.
Yeah. But then, of course, this guy left. Conte
left. So...
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Priscilla is just tackling you, Zaza. He said
everyone knows that Ronaldo will go back to Lisbon. He's spoken out about going back Sunday, and we all know how much he loves Portugal. That's an example, no, for that. Okay, the funny thing about this Lukaku thing is, I remember one friend of mine. He always says this, that when players, he used to use it to attack Boba, and I would say, no. Boba cannot control what his agent says, and the guy goes, then he should fire him. And I'll go, what do you mean? He said, look, if a player says he's not media savvy and you are making all this money and you can hire the right people to do all of this, and then you don't want to, because it's not the first or second, especially if you're a high profile player. So not being media savvy is not really an excuse, to be honest, in hindsight. And then the weird thing about it is that the guy was actually throwing, eyes at Inter, and Inter fans came out and said, "You're a snake. We don't want you." Yeah. That's what made it worse. Inter fans, that banner was it
doesn't matter who stays in the rain; it's the person who stays during the storm that we like, or something like that. That's what they.
Let's move on from Lukaku talk. Yeah, let's move on. But that was also a big fat L from Lukaku. He gave himself an L. Even for me, I was disappointed. I mean, I was one of the people defending him. Yeah. After the way United fans were going at him, even after I had left United, they were still hitting on him in Inter. But yeah, that was a big fat L. Bola says Lukaku put his drama on himself. Media was definitely lacking. I mean, that's true. Next section should be, this might be the easiest section. Player of the Year 2021. I'll start with Ola. I think that's probably the easiest. The Player of the Year 2021 and Liverpool's Player of the Year for the calendar year 2021.
Pardon my singing voice. Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, running down the wing. Salah. That's my answer. I don't need to add anymore. Best player in the world.
Can we erase that part of the video?
No, what are you trying to say? Beyonce. This was Phil Jones.
Phil Jones
that's my answer.
Wow.
Yes, he did.
Still alive?
He did. Yeah, I was surprised. I was surprised he just played today.
He was the best player.
He was the best player for United.
Yeah, he actually played well. Yeah, he actually played well. For considering he had been out for so long, I was surprised. I was like, it doesn't look too rusty. Yeah, but even if he had like 10 Phil Jones in defense, it wouldn't have stopped Salah scoring that hat-trick at Old Trafford, So that's just what I'm gonna say. Short and sweet. Player of the Year 2021, Mo Salah. Shout out to Lewandowski, but he's not doing what Salah is doing. So he can just stick
for
both categories. Overall, for my team, from world football, Mo Salah.
Prince AY agrees. Says Salah, as in Mohamed Salah. That
one. Which one again?
I wonder.
I know players named football. EJ.
That's the same for me, Mo Salah. Oh, okay. Overall player is Mo Salah for me. I just think he's remarkable. After everything I've seen, especially this season, it's too much. I can't wait for him to get older. Like I said before, the only thing that can stop him is age. And in 3 years, I think he'll slow down. But no.
Sorry, AJ. The only thing that can also stop him is FSG, Liverpool's owner, refusing to give him a new contract.
Oh yeah.
Because that is a big possibility. It's a big because now they've still not agreed the new contract. So he might be gone from the Premier League. Enjoy him while you can, guys. Enjoy him while you can.
Wow. But yeah, that's the overall for me. And then for Arsenal, I will say I'm going to go with Bukayo Saka. And he won our Player of the Year last year. And so far, instead of slowing down, he's picking up even more. So we'll go with him. Young star boy. That's what we call him.
I agree. He's been really good. He keeps pushing the ceiling of where I think he can get to. Saka, because before I just thought he's going to be a good player. That's it. But now I'm seeing more things to his game. I'm like, okay, this guy might actually become very good. I'm always one person in very careful when a player is doing things at this level. And I'm not trying to diminish what he's doing. He's doing very well, right? I'm always very careful until I start seeing him doing it like Champions League, at that level.
Yes.
Before I can say he's going to be world class. That's one thing I'm always very careful of, and when the expectation is high, because right now he's doing well, but the expectation is not there for Arsenal to win the league. Like when that weekend pressure is there to win big trophies and he's doing the same thing, that's when I can say, okay, this boy is going to be X or Y. But I agree with you.
Don't worry, Pep will handle it. Don't worry, Pep will handle it.
150 million.
Fortunately for Arsenal, Pep will be gone by the time that boy will be ready to be bought. Fortunately.
Don't worry, they're buying next season. They're buying him next season.
I don't think he'll be ready for Pep next season. I don't think he'll be ready for
right now.
For me, that guy is better than Grealish. No jokes. For me, Saka has a higher ceiling than Grealish, and I think he's better than Grealish even now. For me, I don't see what the hype is about Grealish.
More consistent.
I don't think so. Anyway, you could say it, like you like Saka, don't be shy. Saka is a good player. I've always said that. For a long time.
Team Foden amongst the youth, right? Your team, are you team Phil Foden?
Yeah, I think he has kind of, for last year and a half, especially the way half of this season has happened. Before I was Team Sancho, always, because I'm like, this guy, for like 2 seasons in a row, has scored the most. He had like second most goals and assists of Europe for 2-0 at his age.
Who is this?
Sancho.
Isn't Sancho older than all these people?
Yeah, same bracket. Sancho's like 21, 20, the same bracket.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the one person I would have said, like, yes, that's person generational. But I think just this time in United, this half season, Odin has gone ahead of him, in my opinion. Otto, Happy New Year. Just don't know what's about Manchester United. Please tell me what's the next move or what needs change here. Please wish you all the best. Otto, thanks for the comments. I'll catch up with you later.
All
right. That question is has too many answers. So layered. I don't even know what to say.
I don't want to talk about Manchester United right now.
I'll keep it very simple. Although, just like I answer your question on the board. Thanks for your comments. Very, very simple. We just need to change. Our recruitment needs to be better. Simple. Recruitment of manager, recruitment of players.
Recruitment of owners.
We have found out that
we start from the top,
as we thought they were. As simple as that. Zaza, player of the year. Let's go.
Ooh, okay. Player of the year is I think everybody's going with one person, but I actually wanted to go with two people, and I'm going to explain it. Um, Mo Salah is the player of the year to me. He's I I think because they didn't win trophies last year, that's why he wasn't in the Ballon d'Or question. But his performance last year was, he reminds me of Henry. And anybody that gives me Henry vibes, my younger brother would remember very well, because there was something about Henry that he was. How do you put it? I can't say it the way Ice Cube said it, but he's the guy you love to hate.
I see. You just had the swelling as you're saying that.
Yeah, no, but but it's true. It's true.
I expect such about. I expect to hear such about.
It's not a standard. He's that guy that you wish he was playing for you, but you can't wish that because he's playing for your mortal enemies. But you can't help but admire how good he's doing. How sometimes you find yourself say, you find yourself rooting for him sometimes because you're like, because he's that good. He's like a real superstar. Transcends the Premier League. I'm serious. He's a world-class footballer. He can play for any team. Ronaldo, Messi levels. That's how good that guy is playing. However, at the same time, there's another guy who I have to put in there and say Lewandowski gets a mention last year because he had a generational year as well. He broke Muller's record in the Bundesliga and all of that. And I'm not trying to do this a Messi thing. It's not about that. It's not about the Ballon d'Or. That guy was my.
Calm down. Calm down.
Yeah, I know he's gonna react. He's gonna react. So he can't help but take the bait. But Lewandowski was my guy. Lewandowski was for last year. He was also my guy. So if I may, that's why I said I was going to put a twist to it and say, without any disrespect meant to any of them, they are both my players of the year because they end last year. They defined for me world-class football last year as forwards.
For United, okay. For United.
For United, it's very hard. There was no.
That's why I made you answer first.
Yes.
I have my United Player of the Year.
No, there's one. There's one that stands out though.
EJ, very suspicious.
My United Player of the Year is David De Gea. No other person was as consistent as he was. He didn't have an exceptional year per se. It's not his best year ever, but a lot of guys dropped. Bruno Fernandez was having a great year. He actually broke Lampard record or whatever, but he tailed off and became very flat. I think he was overplayed last year. There was no other player. Rashford was injured a lot at the second half of the season. That's it. The rest of the United team do not deserve to be mentioned near anything of the season or the year. They were that bad. Unless you're talking about a worst team of the. I'm just serious. Okay, Luke Shaw had a good year, but the end of the year was terrible. Maguire had a good first half of the year.
Okay. First podcast of the year. Negative, please. You said it because you're feeling there. Okay, so I'll say my. This guy wants to start going into this. I don't want to miss it. I don't so I say Sancho now. Sancho's like an you shouldn't even be in the conversation.
No, it's not.
Say why, please. Just take time and go and watch Sancho last 2-3 seasons, Bundesliga and Champions League. Not just. And before you come with that comment, stop hating on Sancho, okay? Man needs to bring back Fergie to bring the glory days back. Come on, Uche, stop it. Let that man enjoy retirement. Yes, he has served well. Played pretty well for especially the first half of the year. Laugh out loud. That's the truth, I think.
He played pretty well for the opposition, right?
Player of the year 2021. I'm going to shock everybody.
Yeah. We know that you're going to
Shock us, please.
Leo Messi.
Shocking.
I'll do this for you.
Surprise.
Between January and May, this guy was averaging more than 2 goals a game for Barcelona. This man carried Barcelona on his back and dragged them to 3rd position, to Spanish Cup. He didn't stop there. In the summer, he went to the Copa America. Even though EJ doesn't rate, that's your fault. Neymar will cry to get more now. When Neymar gets more, I'm happy. Just be one Copa America.
Doesn't he already have one?
He hasn't won.
He has.
He has one.
No.
Oh no, okay. He wasn't there. Yeah, they won without him.
Yeah, they won without him.
That's all right.
This guy Leo Messi carried Argentina, the best player in tournament, highest goal scorer, and won Copa America. But
we hear you.
I'll be fair. He has been poor. He has been poor since he joined PSG since August now. So if he had just been decent, and I'm not even having that conversation. I'll talk about my man Messi, but he has been poor. But yes, it's Mo Salah. Mo Salah has been exceptional throughout the calendar in 2021. For United, I'll just give to Bruno. I don't like a keeper winning player of the year, but to be fair, I won't argue Gucci. Without David De Gea, we're probably in bottom half of the table right now, or mid-table.
Without they would have fired Ole in August.
Exactly. Those first 8-9 games, we won. We got to a murder in some games. We got to a murder against Wolves.
Wow.
We got to a murder against Southampton. I remember those games. I was watching save after a blinding save. I'm like, what is this? This is unsustainable. So that's my player of the year for United.
Please let us hear EJ. Okay. EJ, please. I'm curious.
You guys should know. Every time, he's the one I root for when he's on the field for United. If he scores, I'm sharing it. Of course.
Habani.
Hababa. Yeah, it was injury pro man.
I get it. But I think for the percentage of time he played and his production, I would give it to him.
It was been productive. I agree. Besides, all the work Sancho that Dortmund has been nullified by the work he's doing right now, United. Streets will say Ojiro Council. Okay. No problem. All of you coming for Sancho. I'm waiting. Where's Sancho?
Remember?
I'll come. Boo, this man.
I think it's you who's booing.
Yeah. Booing you for saying mess.
Yeah.
It's Mo Salah.
Even though you changed it.
Yeah, I won't run that kind of agenda. Okay, let's go. Catfish Team of the Year 2021.
If this is not unanimous, I'll be shocked.
Unanimous, Bao.
You don't know.
Okay,
I don't think it's unanimous because we have someone like Ola here. I don't think it's unanimous. Ola is
for where?
Ola is there. So
thank you.
I think it's Gucci that will make it ununanimous.
Okay.
Can I go first?
Oh yeah, go. Yeah.
We know your hate is there.
But I changed my team based on one of these comments that you said. At first, I had Brighton. I think they're completely catfishing everyone. But West Ham is a true catfish team of the year. And
explain, please.
Because you mean catfish by as far as hey, they look like they're doing good, but they end up being nonsense.
Correct, exactly. That's what I mean.
It's West Ham. It's West Ham. West Ham.
Yeah.
And they're not finishing top 4. They're not doing nonsense, but they're beating the big teams, and it's smokes and mirrors. And I'm not sure how they're beating you guys, because guess what? All of us small teams. Hey, we're small team now, should we? All of us small teams are just dealing with them easily.
All I know is regarding Messi.
So they're it was Brighton before, and I'll give my thing with Brighton. My Arsenal fans, my fellow Arsenal fans, all want Gary Potter as their coach, the Arteta outers, and it's just because Brighton plays organized. Oh, if he's given a better squad, he'll do more. That whole big fish in the pond thing, big fish in a small pond thing that they always fall for. It's the same thing with Moyes. Take that Moyes out. If you give him all the resources, it's going to be crap. So
I've read this before. I've read this so many times before.
XG.
I'm always
XG. That's what they're called. That XG team, they always win the XG battle, but they lose the game. I don't know if you heard about the thing.
No, I never heard that.
XG.
Yeah.
Big chances created in the game, but they end up
got it. Yes. So that's that. But yes, that's why I said the answers will all be the same. You guys sound surprised with my 2 picks.
Reminds me of Remind me of when United fans were so crazy about that Bournemouth guy at Newcastle.
Eddie Howe.
Remember when United fans were so crazy about him?
I remember that. Nah, this one is so easy now. United, after signing the goats now, they're looking at good. Wow.
Damn.
Let's get on the podcast.
Violence 2022.
Wow, this guy. That's a good one, Sean, but this guy, man.
Can't you block some fans?
Arsenal fans on social media. If you block them now, they'll cancel.
No, but if you notice now, Arsenal fans are praying on the podcast, so they were much missing for a few months.
Yeah, it's true. Now that they have both,
they're
all creeping out.
We know.
Shout out to EJ for choosing West Ham to throw us, because that answer she gave, I don't know whether you guys found the shade that she was just throwing at us there. That we can't beat West Ham, but Arsenal beat West Ham. That's what she was basically. That's why she chose West Ham. That's why she was just throwing. She was using this trade.
West Ham, I think.
Yeah, we'll be West Ham.
Okay, so Liverpool and Chelsea didn't beat West Ham. Okay, so it's us you're trolling. Well done, EJ. Thumbs up.
That's what catfish means. Oh, I beat Liverpool. I beat Chelsea. I went toe to toe with City. I beat United in Carling Cup or wherever they beat you guys, and then it looked like a legit team. And then boom, they showed their true color. Even as they were beating you guys, I was just confused. I was never scared of West Ham. I was never.
They beat Man City.
Oh, they beat Man City
in the League Cup. In the League Cup.
Yeah, they beat United in the League Cup.
They beat both of them in the League Cup.
They beat us in the League Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, United, not City. When did they beat City?
No, they beat City too. Abu knocked out City in the League Cup. I think it was West Ham.
It was West Ham.
Was it not West Ham? Yeah, they knocked out City.
Wow. Okay, well, that's
right.
Okay. Before we go to Ola to tell us who your catfish team of the year is, Otto says, "Come on, Ayo, be serious about that statement on Messi to be the best of the year, please." For that statement, I don't think it's fair. In that case, should be Lewandowski. That's fair. I was just joking. I was winding people up, for no reason. I don't know why. So I just I was right for my guy. I just winding people up. I didn't believe what I was saying. I was just winding people up. Says Guardiola, I guess you're talking about player manager of the year. That's fair. Ola, catfish team of the year. I have a feeling who you're about to say, but I'll listen.
Oh, no. I just want to, first of all, I do agree a bit with EJ about Brighton, because I just think, maybe they do flatter to deceive, but their results have picked up recently, so I think they're up to 8 or something now. Yeah, but Brighton, they're the XG, the XG lovers love them, like seriously. But he's doing a good job, to be honest, because they don't have big resources. But I'll just go to my own answers. In the Premier League, Leeds United, Marcelo Bielsa, man, I have respect for him, but that guy is getting away with murder there. Okay, they've had lots of injuries. To be fair. They've had injuries, but that guy is just not proving to be flexible enough. You have injuries, but then you're still trying to play the same way. Now, I won't accuse him too much, because Klopp did the same thing with Liverpool last season. We had injuries in defense, and we still played the eye line, and we're getting, we're just getting murdered. So, but Marcelo Bielsa with Leeds, they're 15th or 16th at the moment. Man, that guy has been getting away with the, is godfather of this, godfather of that. Like United fans will know, Ralph Ragnick getting away with the godfather of Genge pressing. Meanwhile, giving them L after L after L.
He's not giving us no L's. So relax, bro. Relax, just one L. It's not. No.
So that's for Premier League.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for my Premier League. But for Europe or overall, Borussia Dortmund. They're catfish team. Borussia Dortmund. I remember when Lucien Favre was there, and Ayo used to just bash the guy. Oh, Dortmund. You should be doing better at Dortmund. Now they are 9 points behind Bayern Munich, and they're in the Europa League. They didn't even get past the group stage, and people love them. I love watching them.
They haven't lost Haaland yet.
They've not even lost Haaland yet, and they are falling into Europa League. Imagine when they now lose Haaland.
They lost the star.
Okay, they lost that boy.
This guy was giving them 30 goals every season now. Come on.
They lost that boy. Okay, fair enough. But I just think they flatter to deceive. I like them, but man, I think they're a team that get. Sorry?
They're my second team. I'm biased against them, so maybe I'm being biased.
No. I just think it's difficult to win the Bundesliga. I just think no matter the coach that comes there, Bayern Munich will always be the strongest team in that league. Only Klopp managed to break that cycle. And since he left, it's just been Bayern Munich winning it again. I don't think it's too tilted towards Bayern Munich to win that league. But I'm not even blaming them for that, because for me, I expect them to be second in that league. They're not going to win it anytime soon. The Champions League is the one. Like, how can you be getting knocked out of the Champions League if you are Borussia Dortmund and you have decent? No, there's no excuse for that.
They were in an average group. They were not even a really tough group. Yeah.
So that's my catfish.
That made it a little bit easier for me, because I was thinking about how I was going to get one team in there. I've been thinking about that team all year, and the Lord just said, okay, we can do Catfish of Europe. Okay. There's a club that has been catfishing us all our lives, but I'll get to that later. My first catfish, the main catfish team of the year, is Manchester United. I thought that was the unanimous answer, because 2020 was a catfish year. Ooh, you remember that you came out from 2021, coming from 2020 when United got knocked out of the Champions League. They're going to Europe. No, remember they got from there. They were coming from all that, negative stuff. This guy just went on top of the league, boom, and everybody's like, they're gonna win the league. I remember that, man. Come on, man.
I was top and set, and I was enjoying it because
City was 9 points or 7 points or something behind. City just crept up and overtook them. Man, people like City. It's like, okay, oh yeah, they're gonna win the European League. They're gonna win the European League. Oh my god. Oh, they signed Ronaldo! Oh my god! Sancho! All the time.
Varane!
Hi, Paul! Oh god, man. I think I get a headache sometimes when I think about United. I mean, they've fired a manager, and it took, and the whole world knew. It took 3 days or something.
Don't get to that, because I know you're going to get very deep in this.
No, I'm not going to deep. I'm just saying.
No,
I'm not going to. I'm just saying that. So, catfish. Total, but then there's the other catfish that has been catfishing us all our lives. Barcelona. Damn! I remember when Barcelona fans. You see, the reason why I don't like Arsenal fans is Arsenal fans used to tell me about how they were the clubs that were playing proper football and all of that. They were so elitist. If you meet an Arsenal fan, they won't win the trophy, but they'll make you feel bad that your team beat them.
That's why I got a good FC,
Yeah, that was how Barcelona fans, and Barcelona had this ethos about being more than a club, a special club. They do things a certain way, blah 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 blah. Now Messi left, and then everything became open. These guys have been paying kids billions, man. They've been every dirty trick you can do in football and get away with it. They were doing it, just pretending they were not. Oh man, no. So those are just the two catfishes. I'm sorry, I thought everybody was going to choose Manchester United, because I was like,
nah.
So my catfish team, I will give Manchester United, and maybe it's me just sitting on my high horse, trying to sound smug, because there's no way to sound smug, because anyway my team is not doing well. So there's no way I can't say I'm sounding smug. But I never believed in it. Richie remembers, even when everything was so good, I was telling him, like, bro, this is not sustainable, because I was looking under the hood. I was watching a lot of things. I was like, this is not sustainable. So, but my catfish team of the year has to be Mr. Brendan Rodgers.
That's a good shout.
Also, Leicester. Okay, Leicester City.
Yes, Leicester City 2 seasons in a row, because then there was consistency, right? 2 seasons in a row, 5th. People were giving. I joined and gave excuses for him to, like, oh yes, it's because of those injuries. This will be better. They got Sumare. They got Patson Daka. They recruited well this season and still kept everybody. Yes, they had injuries to 1 or 2 people, and now they have injuries now. But Leicester have been terrible this season. Leicester are 10th, 11th with the resources he has and the money that has been spent. Maybe not money, but the smart recruitment based on the quality of players they have. It should not be.
It's money. They were not bought for free.
Correct. No, but sometimes when people say, I'm just saying, at least the quality of players they have. Leicester City with Brendan Rodgers is the biggest catfish of the year for me, because they made everybody believe that, this season we are here for the top 4 China. They've not even been close. Not once.
But they won the FA Cup last year. They won the FA Cup. Well, you have been ash. Come on. Yeah. They won the FA Cup.
Halfway now. You have to look at the main half of the year. Since the beginning, they've been terrible.
You have to understand something, though, Ayo.
Yeah.
I know Leicester won the league in 2016, but the Leicester fan would give everything. They would give away everything they lost last year if you tell him they were still going to get only that FA Cup.
Yeah, that's fair.
They would have been very happy with that. That was a good year for them. But you make sense because
they went out to the Europa
like,
League.
Yeah.
Leicester were bottom of the Europa League.
Yeah. That's bad. That's bad. That's bad.
Leicester won their group. Leicester were bottom of that league. I mean, come on now. Yeah.
And you're right, because he got he has good players. You can't even say he doesn't have good players. He has like that Daka kid.
That midfield is better than our midfield.
Yeah. His midfield can compete with the best midfield in the league. Yeah, the only place they might not be good is the defense. The defense is not that good. But the rest of they're better than they should be.
The midfield is definitely only Liverpool, Man City, and Chelsea have better midfielders. We don't have better than midfielders.
I have to agree with you to a certain extent because of one reason, right? And that is, like, since the Catfish is flattering to deceive, he won the FA Cup. He comes into this season with high hopes again. And we all know he's not getting top 4, top 6 again. So he's already, the season is kind of over.
Yeah.
Unless he wins the FA Cup again.
Season, making everybody believe that they will be there again, at least for top 4.
Yeah.
They've been in bottom half almost all season. They've been in bottom half all season. That's crazy when you think about it. So that's why they are my captain. I think I made final.
Oh, the comments. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's roll through this very quickly.
Okay. Can I go first?
Yes, most of player of 2021.
Oh, I thought you missed the comments there, Ayo.
You go first. I don't agree with you, Dortmund. For the last few years, they've been feeding from Bayern and the rest of the world. I won't say they're cast as much. Good comments. That's fair. Uche says the lead should be Catfish Team of the year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
That's fair.
Bielsa gets away with too much. Man.
It does.
Yeah, it does.
Let's be honest. It does. Okay, quickly. Impossible team of the player of the year.
Cancelo.
Okay.
Cancelo. Yeah.
You took it. Yes.
Yeah. Cancelo. It's weird. That guy is playing like prime Cafu, man. That's why he's almost playing like prime Cafu. Like, you're running all over the place.
Left wing.
Yeah. I know that there was a time Cafu used to play like that because Cafu didn't always play. There was a time, but I forgot the name of the other winger, right back. This guy's had at this time, Brazil. But sometimes they would even put him in midfield too, and even push him up. Cafu was that versatile. That's how this guy just played. That's why I just say it reminds me of Cafu. But I'm serious. If he continues playing like this, it's gonna be like the best right back ever. I'm just serious. It's unbelievable that guy's a right back. To me, he's probably City's best player last year as well.
Yeah,
that's how good he's been playing.
I guess that's your answer to Ola.
Well, I had Cancelo as my top choice, but I wanted special mention for Rudiger because I know he was good, but I think he stepped up to another level. And the reason why I'm saying that is now he contributes so much offensively for Chelsea too. Like he's involved in goals, he's winning them penalties. I think there was one match he won them 2 penalties by being in the box. So, and he drives them. He has become a real leader in that team for Chelsea. And I think he has really stepped up. Maybe not like a bracket of best defender in the world, but like top defender. And I think they'll be silly to let him go. But I think it's also, because I think he has a contract issue with them. They're trying to renew his contract. If they let him go, they'll be missing a real big influence from there. So, apart from Cancelo, Rudiger was somebody I would have mentioned.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. EJ?
I'm going to go with my player. I'm going to go with Saka again. I think he stepped up again from last season. It's kind of the same thing I said. Adding more goals, adding assists to his repertoire. And for me, it was going to be between him and ESR. But ESR is not starting now. And I think it's because we're going the Odegaard route. So I have to stick with Saka. Like Saka, again, you guys are going to say, oh, we're playing and we didn't win. I don't know what I was talking about. The game we played against City before the ref used his hand and just
Okay, here we go.
Before he did that,
the
the person, like the people, and just think about the games, because we had won 5 games in a row before the City game, and every person that Saka was put against, he was stepping up to them, matching up with them properly, and he's only 20 years old. So I think
is it 20 yet?
He turned 20 in September. Don't mind the commentators;
okay.
they don't know his age. Yeah, he turned 20 in September.
Yeah, because they keep saying he's still 19.
It's funny because they treat ESR like he's younger than ESR is almost a full year older than Saka.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so but they're both ESR too. I'm telling you, I know Prince AY is saying that ESR. It's a hard choice because ESR also added goals and assists. I don't like ESR comes on and he will score. Like it's one of those things. But I have to give Saka the edge. And if you want him, City, 150 million.
Pere, City will say Pere. As in,
you know why I'm laughing?
Only 150 million. What's that one?
They'll just wait for him not to sign that contract.
He already signed his contract.
Okay. I guess for mine it's Rodri.
That's
Rodri
really left field.
Yeah, I think it's Rodri. When Rodri first came, I criticized him. A lot of people criticized him, let's be honest. We were saying he's not as good as Fernandinho. That was the general consensus. Online, everywhere, people had said, but last season, Pep, what do you call it, Pep tuning. Pep has done his tuning. Yeah, he used 1 year to tune players. It happened to Cancelo. It happens to most of the players when they first come. I think that's what's going to happen to person you're criticizing. Who was saying Grealish is not
Grealish.
Yeah, I think that's going to happen to Grealish too. Like after 1 year, we're going to see a different Grealish. He's not going to be the one where he was running around like Tupac for
I hope that prayer doesn't work out, but
yeah, no, I mean if it's Pep, I think it's going to work out. It's going to be just be more functional and more specific what he does. So I think it's Rodri. Rodri now, when Rodri doesn't play for City, they don't look as fluid. I don't know if that's what I noticed. When he doesn't play and it's Fernandinho is slower now. When he plays, it's like he feels like the conductor in that midfield. He's conducting everything, like where the ball flows. I think it's Rodri. Rodri looks exceptional for City. When I watch him, this for the last 2021, he has been exceptional for them. I mean, that's why it still baffles me why Pep's not playing that final. I didn't understand what
you took the words from my mouth. I was just going to go there. That was just weird. That was a weird move. I tried to correct it later when it was already done. Yeah. So I think it's Rodri. That's my most improved player of 2021. I think the final award has to do with.
Before we go, I just wanted to say there's a kid I thought somebody would have mentioned, maybe because he doesn't play in England, but Jude Bellingham.
I just added this though, by the way, team of the year.
Jude Bellingham.
Okay, I was like,
is probably one of the most improved players in the world too. The guy in Dortmund, Jude.
I agree.
He's had an amazing year, and I at this point I can say that boy's a world-class player. It's not even.
Love him. They are all,
I mean, everybody should love him. Everybody should want him in his team. If he says he's coming back to England, that boy's a world-class player, like no doubt. And he's also 19. Yeah. He's a man. He's sized like a man. He talks like a man. He plays like a man. I mean, I haven't seen that kid play.
He got into trouble like a man by accusing the ref of being a cheat, and then got banned like a man.
That's right.
Very good guy.
Okay. Yeah. No, but many kids his age wouldn't even dare stand up and go and say what he said.
That's why I'm praising him. I'm not trolling him. I'm trolling him. I'm praising him.
Yeah, I like him. He's really. I really wanted to say that because I really, really enjoyed seeing him develop like that. Even though he didn't come to Manchester United, I'm happy for him.
Off the cuff, last question, and I didn't want anybody to think about it. That's why I did this, and I threw it in. Team of the year could be national team, could be club team, doesn't matter. Female team, doesn't matter. Who was your team of the year for 2021?
Well, my battery is getting low, so sorry. Maybe I'll just go first.
Yeah.
Make no back. Because I might be dropping out of this call anytime, so I can see my battery is 13%.
Okay.
Was it last year? I think last year. Chelsea, they just won 4 trophies.
Yeah.
I think MIAs For me, that was an underrated achievement, and I'll give it to them because it's not easy to win a quadruple. So we know Man City have been chasing it for 4 or 5 years now. It's not easy to win it, even though it's in the female game. No other team had done that. So I'll give it to Chelsea ladies.
Yeah, they didn't win Champions League, but yeah, but I know what you mean.
Oh, they didn't win Champions League, but they won a quadruple. Then how did they win a quadruple? They won a quadruple.
They won the season.
The other cup. The league.
Yeah, and the
Super Cup.
Yeah, and Super Cup. They won Super Cup.
Super Cup. Oh, okay, yeah. They got to the final of the Champions League, I think.
They did,
and they lost. Yeah, they lost the final. Yeah, but I'll still give it to them. That was a very good achievement.
Yeah, I'm going to say I'll throw your line, but it's a different team. It's Barcelona Feminine. That Barcelona female team, my goodness, they destroyed everybody they played last season, and they were not just beating them; they were beating teams 4, 5, 6, like in the league. And they destroyed everybody in the Champions League, and they are ruthless. I think they went unbeaten in their league. Just unbeaten, I think they won all their games. They were just
yeah, my goodness.
In the calendar year, not the whole season. They won all their games in the calendar year. So for me, Barcelona Feminine is mine. EJ or Buchi, who wants to go first?
Buchi, you can go because I don't have anything.
Okay. Yeah. Oh God. You guys get a room. Get a room.
Please.
Prince Ewa, why do you stay hated? My goodness.
Hated.
Yeah. Who is Aziz?
This Prince Ewa. Is that what?
Is it Jude better than Aziz? That's a five. Who's Aziz?
I don't know who that is, please.
Maybe one of us. We have a player called Aziz, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that who is compared to Jude?
This guy, I'm not sure.
I'm only because like 5 goals all year.
Okay. I got 2 teams of the year. Because they both did the same thing, and so I can't give you one without giving the other. It's Italy and Argentina. Argentina finally won the Copa America after God knows when. Calm
down.
I was a childhood Argentina fan. I've always been a Maradona fan, but I don't know why that guy is. I know he's dude, face front. Then Italy finally won the Euros as well. Big achievement. It could have been England. Unfortunately, those guys always want to be unfortunate. They like it. They always like to say it's coming home. So they want to cry it again 2022. That's what it seems to be happening. Yeah, that was it. Those are my 2 teams of the year.
DJ, anyone to go for?
You know what? I'm going to give it to England. Why not? You guys hate on them so much, but that little team, especially with my young friend Saka, that missed the penalty, and him and all those other people that missed the penalty and changed the world. I think they changed the world with that miss. So I'll give it to them. Why not? I don't know.
Good consolation.
That's a good way. That's a good way to end it. I mean, the way they change the world. That's a good way to end it for sure. And that's the end of our pod. Priscilla says Chelsea male and female. They won almost everything. That's fair. That's true. That's a good point.
Chelsea literally won 1 trophy. Okay, what other trophy did they win?
Male and female. So the female won the rest of them. That's what she said.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I put them together. That's a good one.
Oh, okay, got it.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year to everyone. Please continue to share, like, and subscribe. And we're out.
Good luck to Nigeria, Cup of Nations. Let's go.
That's right.
Yeah.